to Her Legacy Rewritten, where we're all about taking bold, purpose-driven action to building a life you're completely obsessed with. My name's Courtney, a small-town country girl turned entrepreneur and on a personal journey to becoming the first millionaire in my family. But to be honest, most days I still feel like I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm obsessed with the process of figuring it out together like girlfriends. And around here, we're going to keep it raw, real, talking all things business, money, mindset, and the messy middle no one prepares you for, with epic guests who get it and stories to remind you you're not alone and you are made for more regardless of what season you're in. So grab your drink, pull up a seat, and let's do the damn thing, girl.
Hey everyone. Today I have Kat on with me and I am so excited to have her here. She is in a community that I'm a part of, a coaching community, and we decided to jump on a podcast together and share some insights to what it is that she does with business and things that she's learned along the way. So Kat, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Kat, Kat MacKenzie. I'm a dog trainer, and I have been doing this on my own essentially 2 years, but really more so like getting my heels in and doing it for the past 6 months. I am based in a town or a city called Hamilton, Ontario, where we are in between Toronto and Niagara. And I work with clients all over. I'll drive like up to an hour and a half away, and I work with them online as well.
Oh, that's so awesome. I freaking
Thank
love
you.
that. So you mentioned that you're a dog trainer. I want to know,
Yes.
like, why did you decide to start a business in dog training? Give us the details behind that.
Absolutely. So we rescued a dog, called her Luna, and she had heartworm when we got her. So, beautiful dog. She was part Malinois, part Akita, so lots of hair, right? Didn't blow her coat or anything, was great on a leash. Once her treatment was finished, it was a nightmare. Like I was getting pulled left, right, and center. She had aggression towards female dogs. So I knew I had to do something. And I found a guy, Eric Straitmans, and went to him. And I loved what happened. The transformation was fantastic. It was amazing. It made my life easier. I knew my mom, who has different ailments, could walk her if needs be. Beforehand, I would tell her, don't even try. And then I loved it so much. And I saw all the other dogs that were just blossoming from it. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to help other people with their dogs. Because if I could do it, anybody can do it. They
Yeah,
can
I
work
love
with their
that.
dog to get it great.
Oh man, I love that. Did
Thank
you
you.
like what was your plans before dog training? Like, did you have any like entrepreneurial plans? Was this like even something in the sights of you going forward?
So I had always wanted to be an entrepreneur when I was young. My dad always said, at the end of the day, be your own boss. Whatever it is you're going to do, be your own boss. And he passed when I was just 23, turning 24. So that's always been in the back of my mind, like find something that you want to do. And I have worked corporate. I have worked in IT. I've worked in acoustics. I've worked in a whole, like, a bunch of different CPG. So that's consumer packaged goods. And sales support, business development, all those different hats. And as I do love it, but I wanted to do something for me that would have an impact. And dog training had a huge impact on me in my life. And I had been in a car accident, and that's why I ended up getting a dog, because there's so many exercises and things you do, and you're always trying to better yourself, and it just got to be too much. So I needed a dog, and that that impact, that change that happened with putting in the work. And it wasn't like it was a crazy amount of work a day. It was 30 minutes of your day. That is 2% of your day to train your dog, to get your dog to have the changes needed to be able to take him out in society.
Wow, just
And
30 minutes is 2% of your day. That's so
right?
crazy.
It sounds like it brings it right down to what it is. I mean, obviously all the training I did a 2 year mentorship. I've done training outside of that and learning outside of that. And I always think you should be doing that, right? Never stop learning. And that was just when you break it down to 2% of your day is what you put in for training. We spend
That's
more time
so
watching TV,
right. That's so cool. I
right?
like that statistic. of 30 minutes of just applying anything in life in general, like a business or mindset or a skill set, like 30% or 30%, 30
30
minutes of
minutes.
your
Yeah.
day is 2% of your day. And like, that's so crazy.
Hmm.
I love that. So, with you always like having that entrepreneur mindset and like going into this business, what did you expect coming into it versus what you've actually ended up with? Even though it's
Oh
been like
yeah.
6 months, but even back in your mind, like when you were like always like, I'm an entrepreneur, like mindset, what did you
Right.
expect going in versus what you've got out of it?
That it would be a hell of a lot easier than it is.
I think we all do.
Right? It's like one of those moments when you finish university or college. And for me, I was a server. So, you walk across that stage, you get that paper, and you're like, damn, now I'm a professional server. Well, this isn't what I want. Right. So you do everything you can to get a full time. That was for me. There's lots of people that are fantastic at it and love it. It's a great industry. If that is your thing, rock it because it is fun. You can make great money. Wasn't for me for the rest of my life. And it was just like, what am I going to do now? So that kind of rush and want to find and to build and to get a decent job has it always sat there with me, and it's always at the back of my mind as to what propelled me forward, right? And when you're doing this, when you're going to be an entrepreneur and you want to have your business, you have to put a lot of focus in. There's a lot of discipline. One thing I do like though is if I need a break, I can go have a nap and then come back to it. And I love what I do, so I don't mind when I'm working late. Before, when you work corporate, you're like, oh, it's 9 o'clock and I just want to go to bed, but I have to get this PowerPoint done. Right? It's not the same. So it's a lot more work, but you feel that much better, and you find more people who are like-minded. So there's a lot of shedding of your old self, which I'm sure you felt as well, and it's
Mhm.
it's a wake up call too.
I think that's the thing that everybody's scared of unconsciously because you have to step into a new version of yourself that
Mhm.
you're not used to. I heard a quote the other day. It was something about that where it's like, gosh, I can't even remember it now. It was so good, but it was talking about that. Oh, entrepreneurship is personal development with a paycheck. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that is actually it. No matter what industry you go into, network marketing, affiliate marketing, doing your own business, dog training, like you have to become a different person on any journey that you go on. And I think that's what most people are scared of is because the ones that lack the success are the ones that aren't willing to grow. They aren't willing to step out of their comfort zone. They aren't willing to do all the things. They just show up for the paycheck. And it's like, that's not how it
Right.
works. You got to
And
continue
that's
to
just
grow.
and that's just it can be boring. So I got diagnosed with ADHD several years ago, and it makes sense because I always like to learn and do. And when you're doing the same thing over and over and over, I'm like, I'm bored. I need to change. But with this, it's like you technically are doing the same thing over and over, but differently, right? And you're able to tweak it, and you are finding your like we are in the same community. You find your like-minded people. I have girlfriends now who've been my girlfriends for decades, and they're like, we're opening a business too, and they've got everything all sorted. I'm like, fantastic, here's everything I know, let's sit down. Or this is some information I found that's going to help us for X, Y, and Z, let's go. Right?
Mm.
It's that and the ones who aren't in that mindset, it's sometimes it's hard to like grow from there. Like you still have them, they're still around, there's but you're spending your time so differently now. And it's not
Yeah,
a
for
knock,
sure.
right? It's not a knock. It's just you are you're like a battery, and you have so much energy in your bank, and you have to figure out where you're spending it.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true because even with like doom scrolling, do like scrolling
I
on
know.
there, Netflixing it, like your mind goes from emotions of like happy and then sad and confused or intrigued or scared. And like we as women, we go through so many emotions a day. Like when you doom scroll, that
Yes.
actually takes a lot more of your energy. So you feel like you've done stuff throughout the day and you're like, I have done absolutely nothing, but I feel like I've done
Right?
everything.
Right.
I freaking love that.
I found
So,
all the things I don't want to do.
right. So what was some of the biggest things that you've had to overcome on your journey so far?
The biggest thing I've had to overcome is like this is not the same mindset I had when I worked corporate.
Mm,
Because you have people that are signing up. Like I just had someone, they're like, "Yep, gonna sign up. We're going on March break." So that's like our spring break because I'm in Canada. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll sign up, we'll start." I'm like, "Cool." But I didn't get a deposit. And they're like,
mm.
"Yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to reschedule. I'll circle back with you." I'm like, ugh. So now I have to go back and, just write a nice email and say, "Oh, okay, that's cool. What happens? Do you mind letting me know what happened that's made you have to reschedule?" And that's always just the one thing, like, when a PO comes in, when you work corporate, like, okay, great. So you're going to place the order and then they pay it. But it's not the same when you are your own business, you're doing your own thing. So now it's like, okay, great. I'm going to be sending out PayPal links for a deposit now.
Yeah, I
That's
think that's like stepping into the authority. That's like a big thing for me
absolutely.
too.
Absolutely, because there's all the books you can read, there's all the podcasts you can listen to, and there's all the networking you can do. Like the amount of networking I do now is insane, like virtually and in person. I'm in a book club, I am in a life redesign program, and we have a book there. And I'm in a book club from my old gym. Like I am reading so many books right now just to go out and meet people to have these conversations.
That's awesome.
Like,
Like that's definitely stepping into your higher self there, doing all the
right?
things.
Like,
Stepping
thank
into your
goodness for
like
audiobooks.
for sure, right? Stepping into your authority, that's like something that I've had to overcome as well because I'm such a caring, loving person. So when somebody's like, I can't, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right?
But
But
then
I
I'm like,
can't whatever
screw
anymore does
you.
not pay my bills.
Yeah, you're like, it gets frustrating because you're like, yes, I can still care and love for other people, but why am I getting walked over? Why am I letting myself get walked over? And that's like has been the biggest hurdle for me as well. It's like I respect people with authority and I'm like, why
Mhm.
can't I be that person as well? Why can't I be still friendly but authoritative in my
Yeah.
space? And that's been my biggest struggle too.
I think, and I've gotten much better at it. I can tell you that for sure, especially like the last year, definitely the last 6 months. And this whole, stepping into your authority and saying no has actually been a theme for the week, to be honest with you. Like I went out, I did some networking. I met a woman, she's a photographer. She wanted to talk. I'm like, cool, yeah, call me. And so she gives me a call. She's like, okay, great. Can we schedule some time tomorrow to talk? I'm like, sorry, I'm slammed. She's like, seriously? I'm thinking to myself, yeah, lady, I don't sit around like right. And in my life redesign community, that was something else we talked about, like owning your time, owning your space, just owning you. And asking for that deposit is now going to be a part of owning me because that's a part of my boundaries as
For
of
sure.
to now.
For sure, right? I love that. So, what is one thing, or maybe it could be multiple things,
Okay.
that took you by surprise, that has been the funnest thing that you have learned on this journey?
Ooh, the
For
funnest
me,
thing
it's
I've
been
learned.
like, I've always thought like sales was like, that slimy, icky feeling. Like, but then I'm like,
Right.
I actually really enjoy sales. I really think that this is fun. Like, just that
It
mindset shift
is.
of like what I came in with versus it's like, it doesn't have to be that way.
Absolutely. And Courtney, I've got some books for you if you like to read.
Ooh, yes, I would
I
love
think the
those.
thing that has been the most fun is like bringing in people who believe in what I do. So it's bringing in those people that believe in dog training, bringing in those people that believe that, you know what? Yeah, I can and I should be able to go outside with my dog and they're not a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
and bringing them into my world and teaching them how to make that happen. I'm a nice person. I love to have fun, absolutely, but I will bring the hammer down when it needs to be brought down because they are animals at the end of the day. Like, we love them profusely. I love my dog
Mm-hmm.
immensely. Tinkerbell is just freaking fantastic. She's a little firecracker. Um, but you better believe in this house, she's at the bottom of the totem pole. And we have to remind people of that, right? They're an animal, they
Yeah.
come from the animal kingdom. There has to be a pecking order, and you have to be on top.
Yeah. That's so true. I mean, I have 4 dogs and I love them so much, but it's like
Right?
there's that boundary that has
Hmm.
to be made with them. And yeah, yeah, I can totally respect that.
Right?
So,
I mean, she loves to go shopping with me. She loves to go to red light therapy with me. Like, you wake up in the morning, we go for a walk, we come home, I'm like, "Want to go for red light therapy?" And she goes ballistic, right?
that's
Because she
awesome.
knows it's fun. We go out, we see the girls, but she also knows mom's a boss,
Heck yeah, I love that.
right?
And then just bringing other people that see that and want that as well is same thing with my business. It's like it's that feeling of like transformation and like you're helping people see
Hmm.
like through the problem that they're facing and that you get to be that light in between what they're looking for, and that's always such like a magical feeling, and I love that feeling
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely.
So what if so we'll go ahead and wrap this up here, but I would
Yeah, sure.
love for you to, if you had to say something to someone
Hmm.
who's listening on the other side, who is afraid of the failure, quote unquote, failure part of starting a business, any business, what would that be? What would you say to them?
Am I allowed to curse?
You can if you want.
Okay. Just fucking do it. When you look at it, walking is a form of catching yourself every single step. So technically, you're failing every single step because your body's falling. You have Colonel Sanders, who was how old when he got KFC started? You have so many people who have failed over and over, but failure is growth because those who don't fail don't know and they don't learn, right? There are people who track their failures more than they track their success.
Yeah, that's true. I love that analogy though. Like even just walking is you catching
Yeah,
yourself every step. Like that that's powerful. I love
right?
that. And that's exactly what I feel is too, is because like when I jumped into my business, it was definitely like a jump. Like I wasn't like sitting on the fence, like all this stuff. But once I was in, I definitely felt that like, what if I fail? What if I fail? What's wrong with me? Like
Oh
I
yeah,
I
like you're just
struggled with that.
palpitating.
Yeah. And the biggest thing that I think a lot of people struggle with is that they try one thing and it was quote unquote a failure. So when they move to something else, they already come with that mindset of like, well,
Mm,
this isn't going to work. It didn't work last time. And it's like maybe that was just a part of your journey. Like that wasn't your end destination. So what did
yeah.
you learn from that one thing that you did that it didn't work out? And what can you bring over here and then continue to grow and to continue to become your better person? And that's what I say all the time too. It's like just do it. Just go for it. Like
That's just it.
just
And
do.
you end up and you I've invested a hell of a lot of money in myself and I'm going to continue to invest the money in myself, and it's a little scary because it's not balanced right now. I'm not in the black,
Yeah.
and that's okay, right? I know that it's okay because it will balance out, but you also have to remember like what happened in your past is what brought you forward,
Mm. Ah, I love it. You are just full of
right?
the good quotes today. I love
I
it.
appreciate, I
That
appreciate. And
was.
it's you gotta change your mindset, right? And you can't if you're hanging around with negative people, all you're gonna hear is negative and our brain jumps to the negative. We are wired to jump to that. So if all you're hanging out with are like Debbie Downers, dump them.
Yep.
Or if they're like your bestie, just like kind of talk to them differently, but don't hang out with people who are just gonna be like soul suckers.
Mm, yep.
Just there are so many people that will lift you up that
Oh yeah.
want you to succeed. There are people in the grocery store that see something about you and you're like, "Damn, I bet she's like crushing it." Right? And you could have like come out from the worst ever meeting and you just want to like buy all the nachos and dips and just crawl under your blanket and like bawl your eyes out, right? But you're
Yep.
still in your own power and you were walking forward,
I love that. I love that so
right? Just
much because,
we're
yeah,
not in high school anymore. So the
mm-mm.
mean girls are just gone.
You have
You're
the choice to leave them
cheerleaders,
mean girls behind. Leave them,
right?
dump them, don't bring them back.
See ya.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, I love this. Thank you so much, Kat. Let my
Thank you,
audience
Courtney.
know, where can they find you on social medias?
Absolutely. So I am on Instagram. My handle is at MSKATMACK. So that's Miss Cat Mac. I'm also on TikTok. I'm building that one up. I'm a little more spicy on that one. So those
Awesome.
those are the two platforms that I'm really pushing. I do have my own personal Facebook page, but that's just kind of like neither here nor there. But definitely on Instagram. I'm working on my TikTok. And thank you so much, Courtney, for having me on this. This has been so much fun. I love it.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Anybody who's looking for dog training or just wants to follow Kat, go ahead and give her a follow. I'll drop her links down in the comments below so it's easier access. But go give her a follow, give her some love, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, take it easy.
Thank you so much for listening in. If you loved this episode, I would so appreciate it if you shared it with a girlfriend. Like, send it to her right now or post it on social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me get the message out. I'm so freaking grateful and excited to be on this journey with you, girl. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon.